So it's a real joy, and I'd also like to thank you for allowing your people to start discussions with us at the trade level. I mean, we are essentially here to reset the relationship between the United States and South Africa. We are long-standing partners in many ways. We've collaborated in many fields, in space issues, in energy, and in trade, and we therefore need to reset that, particularly in the light of some of the announcements that you made on trade and investment. So we want to advance more trade between the two of us, two countries, and our people now have been empowered by yourself and by myself to start engaging, and we hope that we will be able to fuel that engagement during our talks. And we also want to discuss issues that have to do with how we promote further investments in both countries. We've got about 22 companies from South Africa that have invested in the US. That's creating a number of jobs. And similarly, you've got almost 600 companies that have invested in South Africa, and some of them have been in South Africa for more than 100 years.
That's true.
So our links are really long-lasting, and we would like to recalibrate those relations between our two countries and discuss a whole range of issues, geopolitical, the work that you're doing to bring peace around the world, in Ukraine and in the Middle East. So we value that, and we are also a great contributor to peace processes that are going on around the world. And of course, we want to discuss how we can support each other. You are a much bigger economy than we are. We're just a tiny economy, but we rely on each other on a number of issues. We've got critical minerals that you want to fuel the growth of your own economy and reindustrialize. So we have that on offer, including rare earth minerals. So all that combination of opportunity and the products that we buy from you, as well as what we sell to you, I believe makes up a really good and powerful relationship, which we need to strengthen, which we need to engender, and that is really what has brought us here.
So this is President Cyril Ramaphosa, the President of South Africa, live at White House in the United States with President Trump, that is President Donald Trump. And what is wrong with Africans? At the moment, we are trying our best to ensure that we depend on our own self. We are trying, but led by President Ibrahim Traore in Burkina Faso, from Burkina Faso. We are trying our best to stand our feet on ground. But look at this video. What is wrong with some of the African leaders like these ones? You see, we want to depend on ourselves. He has gone to the United States to look for support. So what kind of support is this guy looking for?
After viewing a thing where thousands of people are dead,
I'm sorry, I don't have a plane to give you.
I wish you did. I take it. I would take it. If your country offered the United States Air Force a plane, I would take it.
Okay. But coming back to this issue, which I really would like us to talk about, and talk about it very calmly. We were taught by Nelson Mandela that whenever there are problems, people need to sit down around a table and talk about them.
Well, there are problems.
And this is precisely what we would also like to talk about, including, of course, trade matters, investment matters. So the issues that concern you as the United States,
those are all recent. Those are all deaths.
Yeah, in many ways, I mean, one should say you are a partner of South Africa, and you are raising concerns, and these are concerns that we are willing to talk to you about. Let me just add quickly, you know, the criminality that we are experiencing in our country needs quite a lot of technological capability. And in one of our areas in South Africa, we're using US technology, which is able to, in many ways, identify where shootings are happening and all that. And I'd like to talk about that because there is support that we can get from you as the United States to help us deal with all these acts of criminality. And that is what I believe partnership is all about. And we are here as a partner so that we can help each other whenever there are challenges. So I'd like us to discuss it, and of course outside of the media, so that we sit down and have a really good discussion that will lead to.
What kind of support does he want away from him establishing himself? Let me pinpoint a few of the things that he has gone there to discuss with President Trump. President Ramaphosa says that he wants them to reset their relationship. You know, you remember that there has been back and forth, you know, kind of a conflict between the United States and South Africa, and it reached a point whereby the South Africa wanted the United States, or rather the Americans, to leave their state. And most of the investors, you know, America believes that it has done a lot of investment in South Africa, so it has a right to do its own investment and its people to continue staying in South Africa. So it brought a lot of wrangles between them. And according to Africans, we thought this is now the beginning of a good deal. It was the beginning of Africanization, you know, all kind of that kind of, being led by President Ibrahim Traore. We knew that now South Africa is also coming up. Then boom, today we are seeing President Ramaphosa at White House. What is wrong with an African child? He also says that when he has gone there, Ramaphosa has gone to the US just to ensure that they enhance trade. What kind of trade does this guy want? What kind of trade that Ramaphosa wants that Africa cannot do it by its own, with its with its nations around Africa? You know, most of these African leaders, we have a problem. You know, when you see a Mzungu, you tend to bow low. You want to make them be seen on top of the world, you know, and that is the kind of spirit that is demolishing Africa. That is the kind of spirit that is making Africa to be seen as the blackest continent in the world. And again, we thought we are fighting, we are together, we are marching forward towards greatness. And then now we are seeing Ramaphosa is smiling, is talking with President Trump, and now they are in partnership. He's telling him that, you know what, we have minerals in our country, in our what I know you do not have in your state. So when we revamp this partnership, you know, we are going to offer you these minerals. You'll be able to access them and use them for to grow your economy. And at the end of the day, is a win-win when it comes to business between us, and it does not make sense. That is a desperate move. You are being a puppet. Men, just wake up and be strong. Men like men, they like doing it from the scratch. You don't have to be a softie. A black African is not meant to be a softie. You are meant to look for that resource that you need to have and have it the rightful way. Until when? Until when, Africa? Until when? And you see now, he's talking about enhancing developments and investments. Don't we have our own strategy of coming up with our own investment, so that we depend to be advised on how we can carry on with our investment? Yeah, you know, when someone like the West, if they give you an investment, that means they are going to get the biggest share of that thing. So if it's an addendum, you'll find that it's favoring it's favoring them, or rather it's favoring them with 90%. you'll only get 10%. So what is that? When are you going to grow with that 10%? Eh? And then you're calling yourself that we are improving investment and now we are creating jobs for the youth. What kind of jobs are you creating? And we are seeing problems. There is a lot of crime in South Africa. We are seeing a lot of mess there every day. And now the president is now in the United States, trying to embrace, trying to show Trump that, you like you do without America now, South Africa is not there. Based on the statement that as he articulates, it simply tells us that the president is just after, telling, we can't do without you guys. So we are here. We just want to say sorry because, what has been happening, what has been taking place, that was there. But now we have just come to say sorry. We have just come to apologize. We just want you guys back. That is bending too low. At this age, at this time of the day, at this season, that is bending too low. President Ramaphosa is doing that, but it's why? Now, President Ibrahim Traore, the president of Gabon, the president of the president of Burkina Faso, Gabon, Namibia. Right now we are seeing there's a trial in coup that is from Ivory Coast. Africans want their own policies that favor them, their interests that they are comfortable with. Why are you going to the West to go find other policies that they don't want? You are another African that one of these fine days you'll find the South Africans people will turn against you because of these kind of moves that you are making around. You are going there on matters like also in addition to that, matters that concern Ukraine and Russia. How does that bother you? You have not done so much to your people and your country and those kind of things. But now you are going to the foreign state, you're trying to please that state and you're telling them, that we are also here because of this and that country and we want to stabilize the problems that they are facing. Have you even sorted the problem in your own state first? Have you sorted the problem in your own country first before you keep running here and there and telling people that we also want to stabilize the political war and problem in other states? African child, Africa, where are we going to open our eyes? As we finish up, he also said that they want to find a strategy of how they can help each other. South Africa has minerals, as I've told you, and then the US has the factories or the companies that can process that. Why can't you go to the US and get those materials or those kind of factory material? How to go get knowledge of how to build that factory? Come and build the same on your land. Create more opportunities for your people. If you don't do this, if we do not do this, I'm telling you, African child will continue to suffer. They will always be isolated. They will always be seen like thieves. Everywhere they go, they will see them as desperate people who always depend on donation. That's why at the moment we do not have even a say. We don't have a say when you go to the West. You are treated the way you are treated, but there's nothing you can do about it. Why? Because we do not have a voice. Our leaders who we have chosen, place them there to echo our voices on our behalf. They are the ones going there to spearhead things that do not favor us, but favor the same Westerners. It's very wrong and very embarrassing to see such kind of steps being taken. I don't know what are your reaction. That is President Ramaphosa. I'm seeing him in the White House. I don't know your reaction, but I need to get it right here in the comment section. Let me know, what do you think? Are we growing or are we falling as Africans? Has he betrayed us, or do you think whatever he has done is right? Just comment and we will proceed with the discussion from there. My name is Isaac Wabomba and this is Africanization Data. Do not forget to subscribe. Until next time, bye bye.